my video just to get past the Kim cartoon logo. Why is it the Nightmare Before Christmas meme image?
The Nightmare Before Christmas meme image should not be on there anymore. Alright, I picked a different one. I picked a stream's current bitrate. It is lower than the recommended bitrate. Well, hang on, what bitrate am I streaming at?
Alex, when did they blackwash Batman?
Oh no, that's not Batman, that's Batwing.
No, that's Cheetle, man.
246 kilobits a second. That's great, YouTube. I'm not broadcasting at 246 kilobits a second. I'm broadcasting at 4,000.
So unfortunately,
than what they want, but still, come on, it's a still image. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehvies. And today, before we get on to watching Johnny English, we're finally digging in and watching this. I hesitate to use the word film.
This crime against humanity.
This crime against superhero fiction and animation. And
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just gonna save you the.
I'll give it 500 extra kilobits a second, but I don't. My audio bitrate is higher than 246 kilobits a second. I don't know. I'm just gonna move on because this isn't helping. Anyways, so. Yeah, this movie came out a little while ago. Warner Brothers is asking full price for a Blu-ray that doesn't come with a DVD and a 4K that doesn't come with a Blu-ray. So I didn't pay for this. Yeah, I didn't pay for this movie.
Neither did I.
No. Why would I?
Yep. So, is everybody ready?
Yep.
As ready as I'm ever gonna be.
Okay, thank you, YouTube. Now we actually have some registered bitrate. 3, 2, 1. Now, I believe Gizmo and Bender have both seen this movie previously. Kevin and myself have not.
No, because I am a sane human being.
Yes.
We don't care.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Balls.
Because Warner Brothers sold Crunchyroll to Sony.
Nothing of value was lost.
Nothing of current value.
I don't think Warner Brothers ever actually owned Crunchyroll. They were just partnered with them.
RWBY, your world building was fucked over much later.
Wonder Woman and Batman's designs aren't really not that bad. It's just
Superman's looks the worst.
Yeah,
Superman's is the only. Superman's and Batman's are the only one. Well, no, the Trinities are the only ones that are ripped straight from the actual first comic.
Yeah, and we had a fucking D-list Flash villain. Maybe not even D-list, maybe F-list Flash villain.
Why of all characters? Why of all characters though, Kilgore? If he's
because ask the writer, she's the one. I don't know. Ask the writer. She's the one who wrote this movie.
Like I get if you wanted to get
maybe she had a fancy for Kilgore. I don't know.
Why?
Like it makes sense. Well, here's the thing. I think what it is that he wanted to. Maybe it's possible that maybe they wanted to get a character that could be easily underestimated and looked over, but can become like a powerhouse if they know what they're doing and are given the right resources.
You just summed up a lot of Flash villains who would fit that criteria.
Right, but here's the thing.
This recap music is way too intense.
Here's the thing, though. Every villain has that one villain that they don't even bother with to put any effort into. Batman's got Condiment King.
Oh, wait. So, real quick, should remind you guys, this movie, Part 2, this takes place after the events of Volume 9. So there is a time skip on the RWBY side, but there's not that much of a major time skip on the DC side.
And yeah, the Justice League are mostly played by different people for some reason. Not that I'm not grateful that we've upgraded from, you know, the shitty versions of Batman and Superman that we had.
And that's the only reference to Green Arrow we're going to get in this movie.
Hey, Wendy, what happened to your lips? It looks like they shrank.
At least it doesn't look like she got hit in the face with a shovel the way she did in Wonder Woman Bloodlines.
Oof. What is
her
with,
face
here's
is
another...
so badly done. That's the Man of Steel emblem on like, hang on, that suit is literally halfway between like post-crisis and Man of Steel Superman. And like it's got the cuffs from Man of Steel, but it's got like the design of the S.
Oh, lovely. Grimm have started invading the world. So Justice League, now that you're back, go kick some ass.
Okay, it's time for us to go be a Justice League. Okay, you know what guys,
also,
let's stop standing around talking about this. Let's go deal with the situation.
So that Flash Cow is straight up the one from the final season of the Arrowverse Flash.
Yeah, and that's Wonder Woman's rebirth slash new slash DCEU rather outfit.
Oh, Alex,
and
you remember that?
You
remember when we were watching, or when we were reading through some part of the Jeff Johns run of Teen Titans, and you noticed all that high amount of detail on Tim Drake's suit, but no bulge. Yeah, I'm getting the same case here with Batman, Superman, and the Flash.
Yeah, I love how you don't see a bulge, Kevin.
So, actually, I have something else to say too. Notice how Wonder Woman is.
I'm trying to distract myself from this shitty movie as much as possible.
Notice how Wonder Woman is like nearly as tall as Superman. She's supposed to be like a head shorter than him.
The models for these characters, with the exception of Superman, are all terrible.
Oh, hi, Killer Croc.
Hi, Killer Croc.
Like, okay, so
Wonder Woman is
like 6'1", and Superman is 6'4".
6'3" in some circles, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm not up to date, so
I like how this is a bad enough situation. Even the villains are helping out.
Okay, well, no.
It's not their first rodeo.
Oh, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
I'm not currently up to date on my comics lore, but I'm pretty sure that somewhere Killer Croc did kind of turn over a new leaf.
He did. So, even to the point where he married Orca.
There you go.
A female villain.
Well, that also happened in the Injustice 2 prequel comic.
I do not like how Batman's cape looks rubbery.
It's probably it's probably because they're using stuff from like what
you remember when RWBY's plan and to try to help Atlas screwed everybody over.
Okay, yes, and as I said, this takes place after Team RWBY have gotten out of the Ever After universe.
Yep.
So
which also fucked over the world building even more.
And RWBY is going through a crisis in this movie that still has not been resolved from Volume 9.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. Yane is going to remind her and pretty much lecture her.
We're recycling character arcs that were already settled in previous seasons.
Oh no, Kevin! It's gonna get far worse than that, Kevin.
Wait, get your head out of your collective anus.
It's been up there ever since they fired most of the original team already.
Uh-oh, Sister Yang is upset. Oh, back to the plot.
Well, gee, maybe Yang's upset over the fact that RWBY was being very homophobic.
I still fucking laugh at that meme.
So happy for you.
That's disturbingly accurate.
Hang on.
Hey,
I have a comment about the sound design in this, because they're using the same handful of gunshot sound effects over and over and over again.
Shut up,
Vixen, that's not something you would say ever.
Tell the writer that.
Why do the creatures look like they're animated at a different frame rate than the superheroes?
Because they are.
Why would you do that?
Villains have done that before. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know.
I don't think Alex is talking about that. I think why did Batman just step over Grim Carcass? When, as we know, if you step on a Grim or if you get anywhere near in contact with them, something bad usually happens.
He doesn't know that. It's not like they spent like a year total in the virtual world.
I hate how
knowing
Batman's feet are just kind of sticking out from underneath his cape in every
Also,
shot.
can I just say,
or he's got the.
It sounds like Troy Baker. It sounds like Troy Baker is not giving his usual 10%, 10% into Batman because he sounds very subdued.
Yeah, because his Batman is like. His Batman usually sounds close enough to Kevin Conroy, but this doesn't sound like it's deep enough. This sounds like the voice director on it was telling him he needed to keep it like more in line with the RWBY shit, you know?
Also, how the fuck did you not get Carrie Payton back as the voice of Cyborg?
Good question.
Maybe you saw the first movie.
Or maybe no, maybe he's too busy with Teen Titans Go.
You say that like
Don't
it's a good
remind
thing.
me.
That which now has entered its 8th season, by the way.
Why?
How does it?
And it's
almost
nobody's watching
First
these.
off, how does it only have 8 seasons? It seems like they're always
because
making.
It's cheap. It was cheap. It's cheap to make, and it entertains, I guess, some kids out there. No, that's not the craziest thing.
Batman got stung.
Dead kids.
Yeah,
Okay.
Batman just got subdued.
Yeah, so I have to comment here. It's hard to tell what's animation errors and what's specifically made that way.
Yeah, the frame rate on this movie is terrible.
I don't remember I remember the last movie looking like shit. I don't remember it looking this much like shit, you know?
Oh, so spoiler alert, because y'all are not going to care to have this revealed to you later. Batman's going to be MIA. He's going to be out of commission for most of the movie.
Yep.
Oh, fucking hell.
Of course.
So there was no point bringing him in.
That action sequence, that was it. That's all Batman contributed.
Remember when Black Canary mentioned Green Arrow? Well, that and Captain Marvel are the only other outside help that's ever mentioned or referenced.
This shit. Look at the ground textures. This doesn't look like a cartoon superhero world. This looks like a prefab. This looks like a prefab world from like pre-visualization that they'd use for like early seasons of Death Battle or something like that.
And now everybody is bitching and complaining to RWBY because she's not acting like RWBY.
Even though she is acting like RWBY.
Well, apparently she's not, because so now this is going to be one of the main character plot points that needs to be resolved.
That's retarded.
Okay, so this is a superhero movie. I'd like to see some superheroics in it.
You did. You got it.
You're fucking kidding.
You're fucked when they did it better when it was only Batman.
Your gang is walking like I do when I've got a fucking abrasion on my leg.
I feel like we may be. Wait, are we ahead of y'all?
You might be ahead of me. Yeah,
What's are you at?
And I've had to fast forward a couple of times. I'm at 11:21, 22, 23.
A little over 12 minutes.
We're at 12:30, 12:31, 12:32, 12:33. Oh boy. Oh man, Kevin, you're gonna be so pissed off when you find out who's really been pulling the strings.
Let me guess. Let me guess. It's It's the RWBY guy voiced by Chris Sabat.
How did you know?
I saw him in the voice cast, and I figured it was him.
Oh, well, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Literally, I literally
Wait till
saw
you find
him
out.
as part of the voice cast. I'm like, oh, let me guess. As that douchebag is going to be back.
Well, wait till you hear how he survived. Oh
Let me get.
shit, Barry, you need to sleep, man.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's right.
That's Wally. No, that's Barry. That is Barry.
Yep,
Yeah,
Wally
does
doesn't
Barry
have
look like
blonde hair.
Discount Vegeta?
You're giving him too much credit.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah.
Okay, Black Canary is supposed to be
You
in her
don't need
mid-late
Team RWBY.
30s.
You can solo this yourselves, guy.
Nope, they need Team RWBY. They need expertise.
Okay,
The Justice League, as we know, are incapable.
We are the Justice League of America.
We should be soloing this.
We are.
This is one of my problems.
We are some of the greatest heroes in the multiverse.
What about the Teen Titans? What about Young Justice? What about the Suicide Squad?
Okay, please, God, no, not that last one. Get
What
them
about
far
Justice
away.
League Antarctica? What about Justice League
It
Antarctica?
would take the Suicide Squad over Team RWBY. Thank you very much.
What about the New Gods?
Why don't we just go?
Yeah, those guys could help out too.
We don't need any
Let's get
additional
Ryan
people.
in on this shit.
We don't need any additional people. Let's just call in the Justice League International and call in like every hero on the fucking planet and curb stop this problem. Huh?
No.
Jessica's got a nice ass.
He does.
Yeah, okay, Jessica, why don't you get Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, and Kyle Rayner here?
Okay,
I will take Guy Gardner over Team RWBY.
Alan Scott could solo these weirdos.
You're ignoring the obvious. You're ignoring the obvious here. Since the Grimm are magical in nature, just go to the Justice League Dark.
Why don't we just go to Constantine?
Constantine.
Your face.
Swamp Thing. You can get the help of fucking Swamp Thing, and they've come up with solutions better than getting
what I'd
RWBY.
like to be doing right now, Bruce. I'd like to be sleeping off my fucking
hi,
hangover.
J. Michael Tatum.
But since I'm not able to do that, I guess I'm gonna have to beat some giant monster ass before you let me go back to my fucking ass.
Weiss is okay. So Weiss is also going through her own existential crisis too, Kevin. She's worried if she's going to turn into her father.
Okay.
Why?
Something that always irritates me in in tie-in movies is when
there was no indication whatsoever of this being a thing for Weiss. Why should she be concerned?
Okay, so there's this thing in a lot of like tie-in movies for things where they start recreating aspects of the series that it's part of rather on the big screen rather than just saying, "Hey, go watch this."
This is a continuation.
Some Kamen Rider movies do that. Some Sentai movies do that.
I think that really depends, though. Like, not only what timeline, but what version.
Excuse me?
I think it really depends on not only the timeline, but also the version of the character.
Oh my god, Batman's fucking dying. Except I'm not an idiot.
He's dealt with worse. He's dealt with a fucking broken
Batman's definitely dying this time, so definitely get him out of this movie.
Oh, I also forgot. Flash, Barry is going through his own post-traumatic stress after being possessed by Kilgore, and they're going to tie that in, and Kevin's really going to hate this. They're going to tie what... They're going to tie...
Get me out of this movie, Barry.
They're going to tie what Barry's going through to Yang when Yang went through her post-traumatic stress after Adam cut off her arm.
But that never came up in any meaningful way when she actually confronted Adam in Volume 6.
Barry, take me out. Get me out of this movie.
Weiss's whole thing about turning into her dad.
Person to die.
That's also going to that's also going to coincide with Batman's character arc of dying.
Oh. Why?
So we're basically creating all new existential character crises, and we're tying them to Justice League members.
But he's the fastest man alive.
This is stupid.
They've all had shit to deal with. Even Superman has had to deal with this shit before.
Oh, and Superman. Oh, and RWBY is also going to finally have her existential crisis thing that she's dealing with. Superman is going to be
already dealt with in Volume 9.
No, but it's still going. So Superman is going to have to tell. Superman is going to have to tell her to get over it, and he's going to help her get over it.
Why does Batman look like they took the face model from fucking what was his name?
Because
the shading, the shading.
You want to know what the craziest?
Off.
Well, no. You all want to know what the craziest thing is? Part 1, Part 2, and RWBY Volume 9 were all being animated at the same time.
Bruh.
I need to take deep breaths. I need to calm myself down. Think of happy thoughts.
There are no.
We're Atlas drones.
Oh yes, and new bit of lore. Apparently, the world of Remnant has a universe portal that you can travel to different universes.
No, that's stupid.
That
is fucking stupid.
Is that canon though?
I just told you, this movie takes place after Volume 9, and the creators of RWBY and the executives have said, yes, these movies are canon. This is essentially
what?
This is the last bit of RWBY we're gonna get
for a while.
More like forever.
I'd rather be forever. At least we know that they'll put it to rest. Shit, I've read better fanfics than what they've done to recent seasons.
And as any person who's wrote in crossovers will tell you, it's never a good idea to make the crossovers canon unless you can actually have it tie into what it's crossing over with.
Well,
yep, there you go.
I love that one gunshot sound effect.
And now they're in the DC universe. Oh, and they have different designs.
Yeah, completely different designs.
Because the Justice League had completely different designs when they showed up in there.
Here's the thing that bothers me about it. They act like it's being hidden. They act like it's hidden, but they're clearly showing every bit of detail about it here.
Bruce.
Like, see how they're trying to make it look like it's going to be a big deal when the designs are revealed?
Wait, I also forgot. So you know how when the JL crossed over in Part 1, they were aged down to teenagers?
Yes.
Well, in this movie, Team RWBY are aged up. So Weiss, Blake, and
that
Yang
doesn't make sense in the least.
No.
Weiss, Blake, and Yang are all at least in their mid-20s, I would imagine, and RWBY is in her early 20s. So like 20, 21, 22.
That's not how crossovers should work. In fact, that's not how any of this should work.
No, here's the thing why I don't buy it though. Why should they go through age changes is what I'm asking. Not why could they in terms of like marketing.
I feel sorry for the fact that Laura Bailey has to be wasted here.
I also forgot to mention one little last thing. Team RWBY don't have their powers.
Nope.
Of course they don't.
Well, I say they don't have their powers.
Well, be more specific. They don't have their semblances.
Well, no, yes, you're correct. They don't have their semblances, but they'll get around that. You know what we could have just done an animated Justice League crossover movie with? We could have just done one with the Power Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah, get Hasbro and Warner Brothers to work together.
Yeah, I was going to say, Hasbro is allergic to success.
Yeah, that is true, they are.
for now they're allergic to success. They're just looking at their past and be like, nah, we didn't do any of that. We didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
3D He-Man, we didn't do that. My Little Pony, we didn't do that either. We didn't do that either.
Wonder Woman's model, get it away.
It's
Thank
the
you.
lips, man. They look like they've been shrunk.
So a friend of mine suggested that since Goku versus Superman 2023 is now happening, that if Death Battle wanted to, they can use the Superman model from this movie.
What model would they be using for Goku then? People are saying they should use it for the one from Fighters. Yeah.
They probably would.
Okay, here's another thing that bothers me. We have the Justice League, but why only the Justice League? They clearly know that there's other superheroes around. There's clearly no one else who's out there.
Look, not even that.
This is a gizmo.
They don't even need to show them. They could just have a cameo or something.
Painted aesthetic right there.
They don't even.
That is an unusually good drawing of clouds for this fucking movie.
Like, look, they can have a cameo of these two right there, right fucking there. They have a cameo for Harley and Joker. They have no one else to cameo in any of their other cities.
And despite the fact that they've got Troy Baker, Joker doesn't actually say anything.
Nope, they don't. Neither does Harley Quinn. So they were just inserted there. Why? Because I guess the writer...
they have the energy to do that, but they can't have show Nightwing swinging about or Robin kicking a Grim away for a few seconds.
Well, okay, if you want to see the Bat Family and other existing Justice League members get involved in the RWBY shit,
I'm trying to calm myself down, guys. Please.
No, it's fine.
It's just as shit as this one, but it's just as shit as this movie. But fuck.
Well, the second one.
Oh, Nightwing has a semblance, and you know what that is? Cheering you on.
Yeah, positive reinforcement.
Yeah, you can do it. That's his power.
I know, Rob. I know, Nightwing's semblance is that he just that if he twerks in front of you. He'd instantly kill you.
That actually would have been better. Oh, and Batman's semblance in the second comic is essentially what he can already do now: predict your movements and see what you're going to do next.
So
he literally knows who you are just feeling. He literally knows who you are just feeling your cheek on his goddamn fist. Why would he need his semblance at all?
And and the Justice League gave Team RWBY archive weapons, so Yane has Heat Masters. I'm sorry, wait.
Oh fuck! Heat Waves. Flamethrower.
Heat Waves flamethrower. Batman gave Weiss Mr. Freeze's gun, and he also gave RWBY Scarecrow's scythe. And I'm trying to remember. That's Scarecrow's scythe.
Scarecrow's scythe.
Yeah, he had a scythe at one point.
He did have a scythe. Yes,
I was going to say. I thought Scarecrow had a pitchfork at one point in time, but I guess
at
maybe
one point, but then
crossed.
Scarecrow's weapon is not as consistent as you think. There are times where he has a hook. There's times where he has a stick.
Guys, I lied. So RWBY figures out that she does have powers in this universe. She's the first to figure it out. So RWBY can now teleport anywhere she wants.
Okay,
so she's Nightcrawler.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay, so
damn, bro, calm down.
Not to brag or anything, but I did a crossover that was way better than this because the characters maintain their powers throughout the different universes.
And that's the explanation.
RWBY he's dense.
Yeah, RWBY has been used to her semblance for so long. She knew that she still had to have had some shred of teleportation.
Wait.
Oh, forgot to mention. Blake also has Deathstroke's weapons.
What did they give Blake then? I never.
What does Blake get?
Yeah, I never figured out what they gave Blake. Did they give her Nightwing's Eskrima sticks or something? That's a staff.
No, that's Deathstroke's staff.
That is it?
Yeah, it fires beams of plasma.
They don't say it outright. That's the thing, and she doesn't. She never gets a chance to use it.
Yeah, Oh yes, and Blake has Raven-esque powers.
Shadow manipulation.
Yes.
God damn, Jessica.
She's thick.
Very. God damn, girl.
Oh, how is that ruining your concentration? Come on, man, Kyle.
Green Lantern Corps member, Jessica.
Well, she's still a newbie. That's the thing. She's technically still a newbie.
Bullshit. The last DC animated universe Justice League movie, Justice League versus the Fatal Five, Jessica was able to keep her constructs together better than this shit.
Right, but remember, she's not Hal Jordan, or Kyle Rayner, or John Stewart, or Guy Gardner.
Oh yeah, so like I said,
all the characters being treated like shit.
Yeah, everywhere Flash goes, he sees Kilgore, and it's essentially the Atom thing that I told Kevin, where every time Yang turned around, she always saw Atom. Also, something I didn't get to finish saying earlier.
He's overpowered Canary Cry.
Why does Canary look like she's in her 20s when she's supposed to be in her mid to late 30s?
The RWBY art style, if anything, does that.
It's thick woman.
I still prefer her original outfit.
Oh wait, I also think they got Vanessa Marshall. Haha. And that's the end of Yang using the Heatwave's gun.
Can someone just outright agree with me when I
shoots laser beams?
Can someone agree with me when I say,
oh.
Well, they're not lasers. They're high density plasma. She shoots fire.
Laser.
Gizmo, what were you saying?
Oh yes. Here's cameo number 3.
Mirror Master and Weather Wizard. I knew Mirror Master the moment I saw the goddamn boots.
Yeah.
This is kind of just proving Alex's point. They could have gotten other members, but instead they chose to focus on. All right, here's Killer Croc, here's Mirror Master, here's Weather Wizard, here's Joker, here's Harley Quinn. Also,
you've dealt with worse.
You'll learn not to question Flash's villain roster.
Why?
But look, it's not fucking top.
They took down Orion, for God's sake.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert. Weiss doesn't get any powers.
Hang on, isn't this a level from?
Because
hang on, this is a level from a video game here.
Yeah, literally think of any, and there you go.
Like, no, seriously, this is actually like a level. Well, I can't remember what game this is from, but I remember I think it might have been Blacklight.
Spider-Man Activision, Spider-Man 2 Activision, Spider-Man Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 2 Tobey Maguire, Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3, Double Dragon
seriously,
Neon.
I think
Call
this is actually just a level from
this reminds me of the
Retribution.
You can pop in Infamous. You're bound to play in a area like this.
What the? That's supposed to be Mr. Freeze's gun, but it does jack shit. It's like
Mr.
a pea shooter.
Freeze's gun is like twice that size, and it shoots giant lasers of gold.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. That was probably the first model of Mr. Freeze's gun, the very first one.
Okay, but Batman should have access to more than that.
No, I mean, like, here's the thing. That's the first model of Freeze's gun. That's why I buy the fact that it only shoots that much ice or that much cold. Later on, it wasn't until only later on in the comics that Mr. Freeze made upgraded versions of it. To the point where it's
I guess, okay. So to answer Kevin's question, if I had to guess why they didn't give Weiss powers, it was because it would have been the obvious. She gets cold powers, and we don't want to do that. That's too obvious or too on the nose. But we gave Yang fire plasma powers, and we gave Blake shadow manipulation powers, and we gave RWBY teleportation powers, all things that are their semblances. Wow, Cyborg did more damage than the two of them combined.
Lol, nah.
All right, ladies, sit on the bleachers.
That doesn't work. Okay, yeah, you know what? Might be made of nth metal.
I am trying to calm myself down, guys.
At least they didn't make Superman into Thor in this movie, you know?
Which is ironic because Travis Willingham does voice Thor in most of the Marvel stuff.
He does. I never understood that weapon. That weapon they gave him in either this or the comic. Either way, it's just sort of a weird addition.
Well, congratulations, Blake. You just wasted a good sword.
Yeah.
Nth metal sword.
I said good. Yeah, she wasted it. Oh yeah, Cyborg's is gonna hack the Grim. By the way.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong.
That's not how that works. That is not how any of this works.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but Kilgore is not able to hack living beings. Correct?
You can't.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know that much about.
It's Kilgore, man. Who's out of all the Flash villains, who knows Kilgore the most? Nobody. It's like when you think of Flash villains, you think Mirror Master, Captain Boomerang, Pied Piper, fucking Trickster, Heatwave, Captain Cold.
Weiss just took down the Scorpion Grim that stabbed Batman and poisoned him with crates. Weiss is canonically smarter than Batman.
Oh, no, she's just going poison. She knows who.
Yeah,
going by Ninja Turtles logic.
Is.
Surprise! Yeah, Kevin's figured it out.
Yeah. I forget the character's name. I just know he was voiced by Josh Grill.
Hey, cameraman, stop trying to get up Weiss. Stop trying to get an upskirt shot of Weiss's ass. She's wearing a leotard.
I mean, she's aged up, so I don't see the issue.
Please get more upskirt shots of Weiss's ass. That'd make this film more worthwhile. This is
there you go.
I just realized this is a Fortnite level.
You know, I was gonna say, Alex, do you remember that level where you fight the Rhino and Scorpion?
Tyrion, that's his name. Tyrion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, you remember that level in the first Insomniac Spider-Man game where you fight the Rhino and Scorpion to get back to back? This is what that reminds me of. This whole shit with Weiss.
Yeah.
No, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the first Spider-Man.
I hate that S design. It looks so. Oh yeah, Grim now have kryptonite for hearts.
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Yeah, it looks like they took they've took so many different aspects of Superman and thrown them into this model, and all of them look fine on their own, but they look like shit here.
Hey, Clark, maybe you should use your freeze breath on the kryptonite. You know, freeze it solid. Don't just use the heat vision.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe
call for help.
Superman, do Superman things.
You know.
Oh yeah,
help
no. Flash is going crazy. So,
Superman, you are not doing Superman things. You are just Superman.
Well, every time he tries to get near him,
Kryptonite is a pretty effective thing. People forget.
But here's the thing. And don't forget, Superman in the recent Superman Justice League is Godzilla versus Kong. Superman ended up getting owned by Godzilla's atomic breath while trying to save a kid.
Godzilla is different. You know this.
Which, to be fair, Superman is weak to radiation.
Yeah, and he did mostly tank it, and it was just that like, you know, he slipped up a little when he was trying to save the kid. And that's...
Yeah.
Also, hey, Cyborg, why don't you try hacking this?
Want to know the worst thing, Alex? Since this is very much based off the MonsterVerse, that kind of gives Godzilla a feat of being able to damage Superman.
Collateral damage, what's that?
What's that?
You know,
you're near the ocean, bro. Where's Aquaman?
Yeah, that's a good point. Here. Where's Aquaman?
He would be very useful here.
Aquaman, Aqualad, fucking anybody.
Mara! I would take Mara, not voiced by Amber Heard. Thank you.
Fucking Ocean
Even
Master.
Fucking Ocean Master. Thank you, me and Alex.
Ocean Master, yeah.
Ocean Master. Ocean
dude,
Master lives on the planet too. I have a feeling he might like to, have there be a planet, even if he doesn't like the surface dwellers much.
Here's another reason why I don't believe that they don't have the funds to add in cameo heroes and villains, because Justice League Unlimited fucking did it. They added they added in a bunch of heroes and villains that either did not fight or only made appearances one or twice and never got their own episode. They made Aztec appear, for God's sake. No one knows who he is, and they added him anyway.
All of you hit the goddamn kryptonite. You're all powerful, but Superman literally could take this thing down with one punch.
Wonder Woman, Colin fucking Cassie, Colin Wonder Girl, damn, Colin
Diana,
Red Arrow.
Do that thing where you clap your bracelets together and create a shockwave.
She can't do that in this movie.
No! Why the fuck not?
Barry,
because the writers did not include it.
Flash, stop Barry, before you save the day.
You have your own family, right, Barry? Wally, Garrett.
Wally. Wally's. The thing just ate. What?
That's okay. Flash has accelerated hearing. He'll be fine.
So we're about to attack on Titan this shit, I guess.
Nope. Just attack the goddamn. Thank you!
There we go.
Impulse.
All right, Clark, finish it off.
You don't need to tell him twice.
Yeah, look at this.
You did because he had to look
camera
over.
Angle. Okay, so I know Scarecrow's scythe is not supposed to be this durable to where it can cut monsters in half. That thing has been broken easily. So either this is a jacked up Scarecrow scythe, or Ruby's powers are strengthening the scythe.
It's probably part of her physiology. Ruby lore is weird. Oh, dude, how cool of a movie would it have been if Salem outright went to the DC universe instead of these four?
Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
By the way, the only reason Josh Grell ended up quitting RWBY was just because he only now developed some form of standards.
Now?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, just because. Yeah. I don't care if he goes by.
Bullshit! If death doesn't matter, then Adam Torres should be alive.
You're in the DC universe. Death doesn't really matter at some point.
No, Ruby has also given the finger to death.
They still haven't brought back Roman Torchwick. I think they are handling it pretty well.
Well, they can't. And now they realize who the villain really is.
It was Dr. Thaddeus with the candlestick in the foyer.
They also explained, Kevin's really going to hate this. They explained what happened to Christopher Sabat's character and how he came here.
He's going to hate this. Oh, man.
Time to shine.
How the fuck you know that?
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Cyberspace exists?
Yes.
Every universe. You have to understand that already.
It never existed on RWBY.
Now it does.
Digimon,
now it
digital
does.
monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon,
so yes,
digital monsters, Digimon are the champions.
I guess that means we have
time to shine. What? He did.
So Epstein.
Yep, there he is.
After he was damaged in RWBY's universe, he was Kilgore saved him via cyberspace, and now he put him here.
Actually uploaded his consciousness.
Stupid.
He basically uploaded his consciousness to the internet and then downloaded it again in his universe.
So
Look,
so what was
I know
all that?
I know that TMNT Fast Forward was kind of whack with the fact that they put Terrell's consciousness inside of cyberspace, but at least they actually explained that this was pre-planned. There was no planning for this. No one.
You just described the later half of fucking RWBY.
Just make this shit up as they go along.
So hang on. What was?
Fire the particle beam.
And now RWBY is like, we need to take care of this now.
Look, he even mentions the reserve members. Why did you show them then?
Because the budget does not have the budget cannot allocate them.
Budget my ass. Look at Justice League Unlimited. I'll say it again. I don't buy the fact that they didn't have the budget to even cameo one other hero outside of maybe Captain Marvel, because Justice League Unlimited, they've shown a bunch of no names or guys that never even had a speaking role in a lot of these episodes. They did it when they did it when the Watchtower got invaded, and they did it again when they went after what?
I'm sorry, Yane. I'm married. You're not my type. Seriously, I get that Yang is supposed to be an adult, but why in the fuck did the animators and artists feel the need to give Yang extra double D's in her cleavage?
Why not?
I mean that just makes her more accurate to the girl who used to cosplay Yang at my local game store on Halloween. So.
And now it's time for Yang to be like, look, I know what you're going through. This dickhead named Adam, he cut off my arm, and I was basically going through survivor's guilt and PTSD and all that. So I know what it's like to have somebody inside your head. You need to cut it out. Move on, man.
In your
That's
head,
not the same. Okay, that's not the same.
In your head.
By the way, can you believe that we have only 28 minutes left of the movie?
No,
I don't care.
Yeah, we're almost done. Like, we have less than 30 minutes left.
What the fuck? But it doesn't even seem like we've started.
Oh.
What are we?
So if Warner Brothers were to release and compile this movie as one movie, like they've done with some of their other DC animated films, this movie would pretty much run over 2 hours, and it would feel jank as all hell with its pacing.
Yeah.
Because part one was too fucking long. It went on forever, especially when we had multiple third acts. But now in this one, it's going too fast. This is actually the best part of the movie.
Superman, you are killing people. Superman. RWBY, you are killing people.
Who cares? He did that fucking Han Solo neck dodge.
This is by far the weakest Justice League simulation training I've seen. What the fuck? Can they not afford better than this? Lasers. bullets.
Teaser.
Now you believe me when I say I don't believe in when they said they have low budget. I mean, fuck.
Well,
And a
you
bomb.
can tell where they spent it.
Okay, Alex, is it just me, or do I feel like that his cape should have a golden S on the back of it?
There is supposed to be a golden S on the back. Yeah.
Considering the issues that they've had previously with animating the S in 3D, I can understand why they wouldn't have it on there. But with this design, it definitely ought to be. So, like,
I was talked to suicidal depression by a cat that sounded like Mamoru from Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah, now she's talking about her mother.
Nothing
look at the
really
polygons.
matters.
No, look at the polygons and the shit in the background.
Anyone can see.
Oh, wait, yeah, no. Pay attention. Pay
Nothing
attention
really
to the lip flaps.
matters.
Pay attention to the lip flaps, all of you, because there's going to be a scene where literally the lip flaps do not sync up with the dialogue.
It's 3D though. How does it do that? Oh, see, that's how you do it. Excuse me. They had the focus set wrong. How do you have the focus set wrong in a 3D animation?
Again,
we've glossed over the fact that both of the Kents are dead now. That's great.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, hi, Bruce. Okay, Bruce, make up your goddamn mind. Or you're laying down on the bed, the cowl's off. You stand up to go to a table, the cowl's on.
You summon Exodia, the cowl is off.
The unstoppable Exodia!
Remember, oh yeah, that's another thing. Remember Batman's in this.
Oh yeah, Batman was in this movie.
No wonder, actually, you know what, Alex? I think I've got it. Now I know why Troy Baker is giving in a half-assed performance. Is because he read this script. Why does he have a cut above his eyebrow?
That's a good question.
I guess it's supposed to signify he's been through some shit. I don't know.
Can I maybe see some of that shit? I would rather see that than this.
If you take off his upper part of his costume, you should be able to see a lot of scars on his back, gunshots, claws.
But he didn't look
scratches.
like that when we saw him earlier. So what the fuck?
Also, yay, we got that. We finally got the resolution of Weiss being afraid she's turning into her father, paired up with Bruce, who's afraid that he wouldn't live up to his expectations of his father and mother.
But we've been at this for a long time, Bruce. The time to have that existential crisis was not now. It would have been earlier.
Okay, you know who would have been cool? Since the Grimm are basically animals, Alex, how cool would it have been?
Antichrist, guys. Vixen's ass has...
yeah.
It's a dump truck.
Yeah.
Okay, so how cool would it have been, Alex, if Buana Beast was in this movie and he got to combine some animals with the Grimm to fight against the Grimm?
That would have been neat, but why the hell was that animation played on top of the thing, on top of the model, rather than them, like, lighting up the model?
Because, Alex, how many times do I gotta tell you? They literally were animating Volume 9, Part 1, and Part 2 all at the same time. There are so much animation inconsistencies and audio errors in this movie. It's literally laughable. And yeah, it's like Alex said, they want to charge you full price for this movie. They were charging you full price when it came out a month ago.
Yeah, and it still hasn't gone down for Black Friday, and they still haven't announced a collection version. The Flush and Blue Beetle both had collected versions, even if you did have to go out of your way to find them. You tell Kilgore for granted like he's an idiot, but none of you knows how much he hates us, how much he wants to be seen as an actual threat. Why the fuck do we care? There's a lot of people who hate us. We're the goddamn Justice League, Barry.
Why are we giving a shit about these things?
Listen, we're the best there is at what we do, and
But what we do isn't very good.
No, what we do is good, just not to some people.
Yes.
Well,
Thank
also,
you.
too, it's like, Barry, okay, hold on. Barry is supposed to be one of the smartest men on the planet because the Speed Force essentially gives him a brain like a supercomputer, so he can calculate probabilities in situations much faster than any regular street tier heroes, and he's on the same level as Cyborg and Superman when it comes to his intelligence. So you're telling me that Kilgore is literally not invading, but he is so drenched in Barry's mind that Barry cannot create sound calculations or have his brain run how it usually does?
Apparently not.
Like, even Thawne, the shit Thawne has done to Barry hasn't messed him up this bad.
Eobard Thawne killed his mother and fucked up several timelines.
And in one of those timelines, he went back and tried to date Iris, and then he killed her when she rejected him.
You want to know? You want to know something interesting? What would have made this 100 times better?
Yay,
If
there you
Dawn
go,
showed up,
Kevin.
Dawn showed up out of nowhere, said to Kilgore, or so you claim to live in Barry Allen's head rent free, eh? Only I get to do that.
So there you go, Kevin.
It was me,
Ruby's.
Barry. I was the one who sabotaged the animation for this movie. I was the one who set the focus wrong in every single shot. I was the one who decreased the frame rates of random character models.
I was the one who didn't
sabotaged the script.
the audio. I was the one who didn't sync up the audio with the mouth flaps.
I was also the
Dear
one.
God, it's almost criminal how bad this film is.
On a technical level and
what
a script level.
What the fuck is this?
That is a Gorilla Grim.
Yeah, but that.
Oh no! I forgot about that. That's a grim version of Gorilla Grodd. Oh my God.
But look at the street. There's nothing here.
Yeah, I know. By the way, Kevin, you got your wish. Ruby's existential crisis is now over because her and Yang made up. Yay! Oh God, that looks so stupid.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop, Inspector Gadget, doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop-doo.
I thought Christopher Sabat would have had at least more integrity to just say no to this movie, even if he was obligated.
You realize that Sabat lost integrity a while ago.
He is. What? Why is the...
Oh, yes.
Okay, you guys realize you can set the fucking focal length on the camera, right? Like, you can reframe the animation so that there's not...
Oh, God, Kevin, I forgot to tell y'all, Killer Croc is voiced by AEW wrestler AGW.
Why?
AJW?
Yes.
Hang on.
I think that was it.
I think you're I think you're off by an initial there. Here, let me see here. Hang on. Oh, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
What?
He's like the #1 heel in AEW right now. So there are just so many problems with the framing of this movie. Like, every shot is and now there's kryptonite again. Every single shot is too wide. And therefore, we can see how empty everything is. We can see how janky all of the choreography is.
How did Team RWBY get their semblances back?
shading is so fucked up.
Bender, can you explain how Team RWBY got their semblances back?
And now we have the shout
Because the
equivalent of a
plot
beam
said
strut.
so.
That's not how the lasso of truth works, but okay.
Because, Kevin, the plot said so.
That's retarded. That's retarded.
And
Yep.
Weiss now has her semblance, so she's actually useful.
Hooray, I'm useful, says Weiss. Oh, Yang's pissed off.
Sorry, I got disconnected there for a minute.
Oh, your microphone got disconnected?
Yeah, I didn't realize that until now.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So how do we feel about this end
guys,
climax?
where's the rest of the Justice League?
They're on reserve. Alex, did you not hear?
Why are we on the holodeck from Star Trek The Next Generation?
Oh, hey, do you guys remember... Kevin, do you remember this? Look, it's the thing you remember.
Member berries.
Hey, Kevin.
Hello,
funny
ladies
would
and
it be?
gentlemen. Welcome back to TNA Impact.
Okay, so Kevin, how funny and awesome would this have been for a climax? They're in Amity Coliseum, right?
Yeah.
So how cool would it have been, but fucked up, if all of a sudden Penny or some of Ruby's friends that she knows, like Pyrrha, are the people they have to fight in holographic form?
Oh, I'll do you one better. If those friends fought the Justice League, and then more of the unseen villains fought Ruby's team.
Alex, Kevin, is Wonder Woman resistant to mental manipulation?
No.
Not
Oh, okay.
really. I mean, like, you
Just
can...
get the lasso of truth on her and she'll break free.
Yeah. That's
hey,
the biggest
look,
thing.
we're back.
Yeah.
We're back to this area. Oh,
Wait.
Batman's useful again.
Why is there so much kryptonite? How are you just making kryptonite out of nothing?
Because
you're not allowed to do that. Stop doing that.
This would be far more impressive if they could make love out of nothing.
Love out of nothing at all.
Which, by the way, that in itself is a reference to one of the very first videos CinemaSins ever did.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a climax, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is better or worse than part one's?
It's somehow lamer.
In total, like, I don't... The first movie...
I tried fighting Wonder Woman. It was a really bad idea.
This would have been better, but I feel like they could have done a lot more.
I don't know why they're doing this melodramatic bit. We all know these characters are going to live. Oh, I lied, Alex. I lied, Kevin. Now this is the end of Ruby's existential crisis with shit with Yang.
We make our own futures.
Weiss just ice skated.
This doesn't seem like all of this stuff is taking place at the same time. It seems like all of this is stuff that should be happening at different points. But she could just teleport all of them.
Even though she never
been able to do
before.
That's not.
Oh,
that was something she was able to do.
She's touching the lasso of truth right now. But the lasso of truth is supposed to break mind control. What?
Oh, hey, look, we're in
Industries. Yep, Yang's possessed now.
Oh no, Yang's possessed.
Canary, what's with your stockings?
Barry, can you maybe use your fucking super speed for once in your goddamn life? Something worthwhile.
Okay, can we all... Blake, how would you know? You would just think Blake. You would just think Yang is being extra kinky. Shut the hell up.
Why do they keep changing position? It looks like he keeps getting further away every time they look at him.
Because Alex, the budget is literally running out.
And that means they can't keep track of where characters were between cuts.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Are you literally trying to hack slime?
Yes. Guys, you should be able to take down Yang.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there was a big opening there. You could have done something about that.
Superman could just freeze her. Oh, look, it's that thing we remember.
Okay, Sephiroth.
And now we get the end of Flash's existential crisis.
Barry, you just killed thousands of people by moving rather than, hitting
There's
that
literally
thing.
nobody there.
I know, I'm joking. But yeah, like, why is there's nothing going on here? Why is Cyborg turning into Doomsday? Did I miss something?
Because he's hacked too much Grim.
Doesn't work that way.
Okay. Have we thought about just hitting them really hard?
That sounds like something Goku would say.
Yeah, and you remember how many times he's won, right?
Hey, it's not like the Grim are trying to hit everybody in the dick.
He just uploaded a virus. No, it won't.
Cyborg, that's gonna kill you. Oh, don't worry about that. I have other universes I can appear in later. I already died in the DCAMU once. Then again, that entire universe kind of died, so,
I also just was written off in the DCEU, so it's okay.
To be fair, so was that entire universe.
That's fair. Oh. What is that construct? Oh, I can't even tell anymore.
Hang on. Electricity shocking a Green Lantern through their Green Lantern shield.
Yes.
While Batman can destroy them with the same kind of things with exploding batarangs.
Yes.
Okay. The power! It fills me!
In brightest day and in black.
You fucking idiots.
What about Hang on. So one of the defining aspects of the Green Lantern Corps is willpower, and you're telling me that a Green Lantern failed a fucking will save for against mind control. Okay.
We've got Alex, we've got 8 minutes left. Alex, we have 8 minutes left. Let's just get through it.
8.
Oh my god, now we're doing this for Weiss. Somebody needs to tell this writer, this is, like, respectfully, they need to tell this writer, this is not how you end crisis. This is not how you tie things up in a bow with the crisis shit. They're suffering internally.
I just wanted to... I don't want to keep using my own work as a reference here. But,
Neither do I.
But I like, the fact that I wasn't paid for the thing that I did, and I managed to pull off something that's by significant margins better, makes me just... I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the fact that by the fact that the lasso of courage wasn't even moving. It's a rope. Why was it stiff as a board?
Watts has not even done anything that impressive.
You know, all he needs is another extra couple of limbs, and he can be Dr. Octagonopus's long-lost son.
Oh no, he's falling into his Vegeta voice.
I am Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, and I am here to destroy this shitty movie. Don't try to stop me, Kakarot.
I wasn't planning on trying to stop you, Vegeta.
All right, good.
What?
You idiot. You.
But that's...
He had the villain ball for too long.
What the fuck? Why are there two of him?
It's to symbolize that he's fighting with himself.
Okay. But that wasn't where you stopped earlier, Barry.
Booyakasha.
That didn't look like a... That didn't look like an action pose. Are you going to be able to get out, though? That's the question.
No.
And he literally just fell into his Vegeta voice at the end there.
I want to know who directed this.
Very hot and sexy shower.
It's worth noting that she's not wearing any clothes right now. That's all light. Justice League Reserves report, and now we're getting still images.
Hi, Captain Marvel.
Hi, Billy Batson's ass. What? Did what? I don't think...
Yep. Have to establish that Yang and Blake are a couple.
Yes, we do.
We finally... Our work here is finished, but you didn't do anything. That's clearly modeled off of a Batfleck action figure. I actually have the Batfleck figure that's modeled after.
Oh yeah, here's how we end this final RWBY movie. Which this is the last thing we're going to get with RWBY. Here's how we end it.
The RWBY gang goes back to their world. The Justice League stay in theirs.
I just find it funny. The final shot of this movie, that is a crossover between RWBY and Justice League.
And we have a bunch of animation that legitimately rivals Rescue Heroes. Hang on, Superman's cape is billowing in the breeze, but Batman's cape is perfectly still.
Yep, and that's it.
And we have a... Jamie Chung is Black Canary. Why is there a big gap between the Flash and Vixen?
I don't
Wait,
know.
Troy Baker was Batman and Mirror Master. Troy Baker was literally in the studio. Why didn't you get him... It's amazing how we legitimately have animation that is so poor as to rival Rescue Heroes the movie.
Oh wait, no.
Remember,
Kevin,
Alex, the only
Alex.
reason you prompted me to watch that movie was because of that one shot of CGI, that
Alex,
CGI aircraft and
Al-
Batman and Superman and Public Enemies.
Kevin,
Alex,
I'm not
fucking
exaggerating right now when I say, hey, that Rescue Heroes the movie, he looks just as bad as this one does, and no, that's not a compliment to Rescue Heroes the movie. Bender, what were you about to say?
Yeah. So the Flash is voiced by the Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. I just forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm a superhero. I'm a fucking superhero. And 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 then Bloodsport's just like, so are we just going to ignore the fact that he's dead?
Yep.
He just died right in front of us.
All right, it is time for me to go get Shadow the Hedgehog to be in this film instead.
Both Kirk Thornton and Jason Griffith look at the script. They'd be like, no.
So that
I'm just now imagining. Hang on. Imagine now the Suicide Squad movie. Hey, the plot of the Suicide Squad, but instead of having Peacemaker and Bloodsport in it, it's Knuckles and Shadow.
So that's
That was a bunch of things animated in various frames that, because it was put onto a digital camera, it is considered a movie.
Well, digital canvas, I suppose, is the correct term. But yes,
Canvas.
Yeah,
0 out of 10.
1 out of 10. And a 0 out of 10 would mean that it doesn't exist. 1 out of 10 at least means that...
As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't fucking exist. Anyway, we will be back later.
Yes.
With
hang on.
The Johnny of
before we go on,
Englishes.
Gizmo. What's your
Gizmo?
Gizmo, what's
Gizmo! Dun 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 dun. Gizmo was kidnapped by ninjas.
Okay, so Bender, what's your what's your rating for the film?
It's like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because I've seen films that are worse, but this one has so many technical problems that, like, from an animation perspective, it's really bad. From a sound designer's perspective, I fucking hate it.
I would say it's okay in some parts when it's the
follower on Twitch. Hang on, let me go see who followed us on Twitch.
When it's following
us earlier, and Lily Fernandez 99 followed us. Thank you guys for the follows.
Well, thank you. When it's just the Justice League stuff, it's actually better and entertaining, and it makes me just wish this movie was with the Justice League trying to figure this shit out without Team RWBY.
They could possibly have pulled this off with just the Justice League, because the characterization isn't super terrible. It's just not great.
All of the characters, are not written the best. The only one who's always in character and doesn't have any existential crisis or kind of melodrama going on is Superman or Black Canary. And Superman is
like Superman doesn't. Superman's fine, but like he doesn't fight right. Like Superman fights smart as well as hard. Like he isn't always just throwing himself at his fucking problems the way some writers characterize him as. So, that's kind of irritating to me personally. Whenever they don't have Superman fight strategically, like he can beat people who have kryptonite. Excuse me, and indeed has. He doesn't necessarily need help from the other Justice Leaguers, but when he has help from the other Justice Leaguers, it should be far easier than it is, but it's not.
Yeah, no, the voice directing is bad. Like most of the cast, the only one who's giving a honest good performance is Travis Willingham as Superman. Everyone else
Yeah.
is. I mean, okay. Well, no. I mean, okay. Weiss's voice actress, she does a good job with the material. Aaron's okay. I mean, I do like that she is getting to emote
Everyone's
more,
kind
but
of trying. Everyone is kind of trying at some degree. But the problem is that it's not... I'm going to check and see if Bender... Not Bender, you're Bender. Gizmo, are you here?
I've been here.
What's your rating for the film?
Fuck. It's a little better than the first one, but not by much. There are some things I feel like they've done something or they've improved on it, but not by much. It's like they were given one step and decided to just say, I'll wait for the next step and never take that next step. Like they improved on like the costumes, for instance. They look okay, but they could have done a lot better. You know, Flash's designs, like Batman's cape, the fucking stockings on Canary. But then some of them is really questionable, like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's lips, Weather Wizard's cloak, the staff, Killer Croc's whole design, Watts's robotic body. You know, they could have done something with that. Like maybe there could have been an L there showing he stole Luthor's suits. There could have been a lot done. There could have been a lot done. Yeah, it's just this is why I never. I know Jedi said that they were on a budget and they probably like lost a lot of it, but I don't believe that because they could have done a lot more. Like if you're able to get in Killer Croc, two of Flash's rogues galleries, and have Harley and Joker make a cameo, what's stopping you from having other cameos? What's stopping us from, say, I don't know, seeing Robin or seeing any of the Robins rescue a civilian from a Grim, maybe see more of the Flash family, like put out a fire. Something like, I don't know, maybe see Constantine and Zatanna take down a Grim with a Hex. Something.
Yeah.
This, because I tried bringing this up. In Justice League Unlimited, there were times where they needed a lot of members, reserves and main, to take down like big guys like Darkseid's army, nanomachines forming robots. There were times when they brought in nobodies and no names, and it was still appreciated. Like they brought in Aztec. Nobody remembers Aztec for good reason. He was like a one-shot hero. Nobody knows who that guy is. They brought in Red Star. They brought in the fucking Atom, which he did his part. But it was still cool what he did. He shrank, he grew, he did all this shit. But they couldn't even give us that. They couldn't even give us, I don't know, the Ray. They couldn't give us the fucking Spoiler. They couldn't give us Impulse. Goddamn, like, dude, I would even take fucking Roxy Rocket flying around being chased by a Grim if it meant getting a cameo, showing that the world or more cities have people to protect them. But no, it's just the Justice League and maybe Green Arrow and Shazam. That's it. This is why I feel like they could have done more. Hell, they could have made a part 3 and have it not be canon, or make this not be canon. I don't care. At least make it better. You're at least trying to make it better.
Yeah. Like, okay.
This is kind of an issue I have with Kingdom Hearts, where everything has to be canon. And then even the stuff that just makes the plot even more convoluted than it has to be.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna keep using my own work as reference here. I'm going to reference a story that I wrote called Two Men in the Sky that you're probably sick of hearing about. So, when Superman went to the Boys universe, Superman did Superman things, and the people on the world of the Boys reacted to it the way you'd expect them to, which is kind of how, this is kind of what you'd expect to have out of that story. Like, that's a thing you want to see. So, and Superman didn't have to go get new powers on there. He just had his powers because like you don't want to have to go through all that shit. Like you could have gotten over so many of the problems of this film and the first film by just having the members of the Justice League and the members of Team RWBY, you have them be like, okay, hey, they're about the same age in both universes. They're just gonna do their thing, you know? Well, they have their powers when they go to the RWBY universe, and the RWBY guys have their powers when they come to the Justice League universe, you know? Well, we've already solved about half of the runtime sucking bullshit that meant that this took up 2 films in like a couple of seconds here. So the Justice League's gonna have all their powers when they go over to the RWBY universe, and we're not gonna turn Superman into Thor. That seems like an obvious thing, but for some reason they want to do like more work. I don't know why. So, well, you have that little thing where they, and you could still have it as 2 movies. You just have to have like more content, more things going on. You know, the Justice League helps out the RWBY crew with like some major happening that's going on or you know, since it was kind of playing like a greatest hits of RWBY in the first movie, you could have them you know, go through some shit that leads to, you know, more so leads to them realizing that it was a simulation, and you know, they break out and come back to the real world and realize that there's shit going on over in the Justice League universe that they need to figure out. Or you could just not have it be a simulation. You could have like, I don't know, some villains cooking up some scheme, and there's a freak accident that sends the members of the Justice League to the RWBY world. Well, then they have to team up to fight crime or whatever the hell. Anything. It's a simple story. All it requires is a little bit of push, and then you just like write the characters as they would be and have them do stuff together. That's all a crossover has to do. Am I wrong?
Here's another
guys?
thing.
No.
Well, here's another thing though. Why did this need to be 2 parts?
Yeah, that's another thing that I was thinking. Like, you can do it as 2 parts, have one climax in the Justice League universe and one climax in the RWBY universe, but there's not really a reason for this film specifically to be a 2-part section. Like, you don't need 2 parts to tell this plot. Like, it's a 2-act structure. And if you, like I said, if you cut out all the filler from this film and the previous one, you've got like just over an hour and a half worth of content. Like it'd be, you know, it would have been cheaper, excuse me, and if they hadn't had to animate a bunch of the shit that didn't make sense and didn't help at all, they would have had more money to do things that would have actually been worthwhile. They could have had all those cameos from the other characters that we were talking about. Because the RWBY cast, you know, the RWBY cast is big, but it's not as big as, say, the Justice League. The Justice League is made up of many, many heroes from many, many different cities and worlds and whatnot, and countries.
And now that you bring that up, why didn't they bring Team Juniper along? They experienced it too. They experienced it too. Why wouldn't they bring them along?
You got me there. Like, there's a bunch of shit that they could have done that they didn't. And, you know, I just kind of feel like this is just a wasted opportunity. And they could have done so much more if they'd have cut it down to the nitty-gritty and gotten the characters to knuckle down and start doing cool shit, you know? Like, have an extended setup and an adventure sequence if you want, but like, just make one slightly longer movie. Don't make 2 just over hour-long films, you know? Because put this one together with the first one, and I believe you'd be at just over an... Yeah, so this movie is, like 74 minutes, and the first one was 80 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah.
About, yeah.
So that puts this at being just over an hour and just over 2.5 hours as a single film. And there's a lot of scenes and sequences that could have been cut entirely to bring it down onto like an hour 30, an hour 40. So if they were to do, if they would have just put this into production as a single film and made it, okay, so we've got like between an hour and an hour and 50, an hour and 30 and an hour and 50 minutes to play with. We'll shoot for somewhere in the middle there. Or that would have made perfect sense as a way to make a movie like this, because then that would have been around. Okay, yeah. So Batman Ninja Turtles, which is better than this film.
Yep.
But it does still have a couple of issues. Is 87 minutes. So, film be between 90 and 100 minutes easily, I think. And then they would have, cut a bunch of sequences, and then you have budget to do more stuff. But apparently they didn't think about that during the scripting process. I'd like to see the script for this film, actually.
At least with TMNT versus Batman, they had an excuse as to why we didn't see certain characters. The TMNT have been through journeys and like fights before without Splinter, Casey, and April, and same thing with Batman. He's been through stuff without any interference outside of Gotham. So
but this is like
so
a
it makes
worldwide crisis kind of shit here. It's like when I was talking about what happened in the Marvels and how female Donald Trump is coming to suck up the sun, and how nobody decides that they need to come get the rest of the Avengers. Like, you feel like we'd maybe want to talk to them about this and get their help. This is a situation similar to that where the Justice League just for some reason doesn't call in any of the people who weren't in the first movie.
Or anybody, period.
Yeah.
No Justice League Antarctica, no Justice League Dark, no fucking Young Justice, no Teen Titans, no Teen Titans East, no fucking New Gods, no one from fucking Atlantis. Like, nobody.
Yeah,
they didn't call
like
anybody.
Aquaman is a core member of the Justice League, and he wasn't there.
Nope.
You would think there would at least be one cameo, but you already heard my take on that. Like, at least we could have at least seen, like, I don't know, a big fuck off shark bite down on the Grim.
Yeah.
That was in the ocean, but no.
Well, anyways, we're gonna take ourselves a little bit of a break here, and then we're gonna watch some Johnny English. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.